I'm back, and today I'm actually going to go into my gastric sleeve surgery. I have not had it yet, but I am in the process of doing so. So this is my folder. They give you a folder on your first visit. Sorry, my cat's like right here. My cats are always in everything. Please don't jump up on there and knock it over. Just like pushing her away. They give you this folder like your first appointment that you go to, and you have to bring it to every appointment like ever. And I have like a ton of stuff here. I really need to go through this, but oh well. I got some coupons for some protein shakes. I got like several of those. That's something. These are, well, I have several of these. These are like my appointment papers and stuff. This is nutrition guide. What is this? Oh, that's their card. I go to the Charleston Weight Loss Center in Charleston, obviously, but that's what that looks like. I had to have a. Alright, so I'm going to tell you all like how you go about this. So I have always had a struggle with my weight, like since forever. People who knew me in school obviously know this, like I've always been heavier. But I had tried like several different ways, like Weight Watchers, low carb, Atkins, Smart Ones, even though those really aren't like good. But like all different kinds of ways to like lose weight I tried. The best time I ever did was between my 8th grade year and my the end of my 9th grade year. I lost quite a bit then. But the lowest I've ever been, even from a teenager to now, the lowest I've ever been at 14, I was like 190. And that was like the lowest I can ever remember being is 190. But I am actually like a lot more than that now. Like add almost 100 pounds to that, and that's what I am. So yeah. But I had tried several ways to lose weight. I would lose weight and then I just gain it all back, the usual. I could never really. It wasn't the fact that I couldn't stick to it. It's just like as soon as I would I would just give up, and it was just hard for me. And I also have thyroid problems, so that did not help. And I've been pre-diabetic since I was like 10 years old, I am thinking. Yeah. So first my sister-in-law had gotten the gastric sleeve surgery. Then my mom had it. Then my aunt had it. So I've seen all of these women obviously go from larger to healthier. I mean, the most important thing is your health. If you're in it just to look skinny or look good in an outfit or have a summer body, no, it's not gonna, you shouldn't have it if that's what you're doing. It needs to be focused on your health and being around for the future. Within the next year or so, me and my husband want to have kids, and I want to be able to do things with them. I want to be able to live long enough to see them grow up and have grandkids, you know. So I don't want to have this weighing on me, literally. So I watched my mom and everybody lose weight, and so finally I was like, well, I wanted to do it, okay? So I called, and I had to get my insurance worked out. So I thought it was going to work out, and then it didn't because I lost my insurance. So we got it back finally, and I called. And told them how much I weighed, told them how tall I was, told them what I've done before, and they asked if I was diabetic. I said I was pre-diabetic, and they were like, okay, you're approved, we'll set you up an appointment. And usually people have to wait like a month or two. I have this paper, sorry. have to wait like a month or two before they even have their first appointment. Mine was in 2 weeks. 2 weeks after I called, I had my first appointment. And that was in May or June. June, yeah. I think it was like early June. I had my first appointment. So I go there and I meet my doctor. He's amazing. I love him. He's super nice. I was like so paranoid because I hate doctors. Like, I don't know what I think they're going to do, but like I have anxiety like really bad, like depression and anxiety. So like I like freak out over like everything. So I was like super nervous about going, but finally went. My husband went with me. It was okay. He was just like, hey, and everything. We went over some stuff. He was like, well, what are you thinking? Because you have the choice between the gastric sleeve and the bypass, and then also they have the lap band, but don't do the lap band because that's not, no. Most of the time people who have had the lap band have to turn around and go back and get the sleeve because the lap band fails, and half the time they gain more than they like were before. So we chose the sleeve. And he was like, okay, well, you have to have, because it's a 6-month process, at least for me. Some people it's shorter, some people it's longer, but mine is a 6-month process. So, he gave me this thing, alright, and it has, I'm going to try to find it. I don't know if it's in this, but it has, like, all the things that I need to do before, the surgery. Hold on. Where's it at? I might not have it. Okay, I don't. But I do need to show you that. Okay, but it had like all the stuff, which is a psychological evaluation. Then you have to have an EKG and breathing test and blood test. Then you have to have a endoscope, which is where they stick the camera down your throat. Well, they put you to sleep. Everybody like freaks out over that because I guess everyone thinks that you're awake. And I'm like, no, they put you asleep for it. Like, you don't remember anything. You'll be okay. And it doesn't hurt afterwards either. Like, I don't know. But also then you have to have the psych. And I think the psych was my first one. Yeah. I had the psych first. So I had to go see this counselor. And it was in like a really weird place. Which, I mean, not everybody, obviously not everyone's going to the same one. But I like could not find mine. But we found it finally. And go in there, and my mom was like, it's going to take a really long time. They're going to, like, dig deep inside your brain. So I was, like, nervous because I was like, no thanks. But I actually just went back there. She was super nice, the lady, and, like, literally it took, like, 5 minutes. And I just had to fill out, like, a small little questionnaire, pretty much making sure that you're not just doing it to be skinny. Like, just to make sure that you're, like, mentally stable enough to have surgery and are realistic enough and are doing it for the right reasons, like health and wanting to be around in the future. So as long as you're not like wanting to be a Barbie doll, then you should be fine. But then I had to go for my EKG, blood test, and breathing test, which they were all in the same place. They were super nice too. So like I'm lucky because at least I had like super nice people everywhere that I went. But they were all super nice. Pretty much all that is you give blood just to make sure that you're like not dying, I guess. Then they do the EKG, which is where they stick, it doesn't hurt. Like, people think it's like a surgery or something. The EKG is just like the stickers that they stick all on your body. And then they literally just sit there for 2 seconds. It takes longer to put the stickers on and then take them off than it does for them to actually see what it's doing. It's just like to make sure everything's working, I guess. And then you have the breathing test, and oh my gosh, it was like an Olympic sport. You have to get in this big tube thing, which is like, it feels like you're like getting in like a spaceship to go up to space. But you have to get in there and you have to put your mouth on like this little like thing, and then you have to like, they tell you to like blow out, and then like you have to like stop and go like a million times, and it's a lot of work, and you have to like blow out as long as you can. It's kind of like when you're singing and you have to like, and I don't know if all y'all had chorus, but I did, and like we had to hold our notes out, like it was like that. And like, I have not done that forever, and it was like a struggle. And she said like I wasn't normal because all of my breathing patterns were different. And she's like, I've never seen that, so I guess I'm just weird, I don't know. But, then I had my EKG. You just go in there. Mine was like super early. I had to be there at like 6:30. You just go in there and they put you up on an IV, and then they take you back there and you lay down, and then like literally it's 5 minutes long. And I asked the lady, like, she told me she was going to tell me when she put me to sleep, and she did not. So I'm just like, okay, thanks. But they just put you to sleep. It's literally 5 minutes. Like, I looked at the clock, because there was a clock in the room where they did it, and I looked at the clock, and it was like, I can't remember what time. It was like 5 minutes, or 10 after 8. It was like 10 after 8, okay? Literally, I woke up. Okay, so it was already done, and I was already in the recovery room. I woke up, and it was only like 8:20. So literally only 10 minutes had passed from the time that they put me to sleep to when I woke up in the recovery room. So the whole process is literally like 5 minutes long. And it's the best nap ever. Like, I don't know what surgery is going to feel like the best nap ever or what. I'll probably be in pain. But I can tell you what, EKGs are like the best naps. Because like you only nap for 5 minutes and it feels like you've been asleep for like 8 hours long. So anyway, I did all that literally before my second appointment. So I had my second appointment and they were like, okay, did you do all this? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah. And they keep asking me every time that I go if I've done this stuff, and I'm like, shouldn't y'all know this? Like, I've already got everything done. The only reason why I'm still waiting is because I have to check in 6 times before they can send my stuff through the insurance. Hopefully the insurance approves it, because like, this was always if they don't, but hopefully they do. I'm holding out hope, but I know that the week prior to before I go on to my liquid diet, so I have 2 more appointments left. I have this next week, I have one, and then November 4th I have one, and that's my last appointment. So then sometime after that I should get a call to come to the group meeting thing where it's like a support group. They make you come and like discuss stuff, and then like sometime within that next week is when supposedly that you start your liquid diet. And I think mine's only has to be a week. At least that's what it says on my paper. It just says a week. But some people have to do like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'd die. But I mean, I guess you have to do what you have to do. But I think I only have to do a week, which is, I could have, what could I have? Hold on. I'm going to read. Is it in this? Doo-doo-doo. Okay, yes. The liquid diet before surgery. Begin this diet starting a week before surgery. I don't know if you could like read that. Liquids allowed, because it has to be liquids. Water or sugar-free flavored water, decaffeinated tea, decaffeinated coffee, broths, which is beef, chicken, or vegetable, cream soups, you have to remove the chunks out of it, so like the celery, mushrooms, or chicken, maybe mixed with water or low-fat milk, sugar-free drinks such as sugar-free Kool-Aid, sugar-free Tang and Crystal Light, sugar-free popsicles, sugar-free sports drinks, diluted juice, sugar-free gelatin, no added sugar fudge pops, unsweetened applesauce, no added sugar, low sugar yogurt that does not have candies, granola, fruit syrup, fruit chunks, I can't talk, or etc. And then you can have protein shakes or protein supplement drinks, which is like the same thing. So that's what you can have for your liquid diet. At least like that's what mine says. So I'm not really sure how like afterwards is gonna go. I know like the first stage after the surgery is clear liquid, so literally it's like water, but at least you won't be hungry. That's like the only thing that like I'm okay with, is like, because there's like a lot of liquid, like you're on like barely any food for a long time, but also your stomach is like teeny tiny, so by the way, the gastric sleeve is where they cut like 80% of your stomach out, and then you only have like that little bit left. So it helps you like not eat as much and really start, like, it really makes you think about what you're putting in your body, because if you're putting bad things in your body still, I mean, you're gonna gain weight or stay the same if you're still putting gross stuff in your body. You still have to like eat well. So it's not an easy fix like everyone thinks. You still have to eat well, you still have to exercise. So but the phase 1 is clear liquids. That lasts a week. And then phase 2 is full liquids like milks, yogurts, cottage cheese, and applesauce, which is 2 weeks long. So you have to do that for 2 weeks. Sorry, I just like broke something. Phase 3 is soft and puree foods, and that lasts 3 weeks. And then finally in phase 4 you can go to like regular foods, and you just have to start testing. It's like literally a baby's stomach. Like, you have to start testing out foods to see it, like, because some people can't eat the same things that they used to be able to. So, but I will like update everyone like when, oh, and this is the first thing that comes in your folder, which says, attention, patients who are currently using tobacco products and or recreational drugs and or alcohol must wean off these products immediately, or you will not be a candidate for weight loss surgery. If you have any questions regarding this, please ask your surgeon. So yeah, that is like the main thing. Like, you can't do any of that stuff, and like, you have to stop. And I know people who start again afterwards, but like, what is the point in that? If you stop for like that long, then why would you do that? But oh well, none of my business. But alright, I will update you all again, and then hopefully I get this and I'll be able to do like a bunch of videos about this specifically. But alright, bye.